Today we are making a New Orleans meal called Yaka Mein. So what you want to do, you want to take a roast and just kind of cut it off into strips. Boil it with some meat tenderizer until it's tender, and I'll show you the rest. Alright, next we have our green onions. We're going to slice and dice those into big pieces. Alrighty. Here's how it's going to look once you've diced your green onions. Then we're going to take a bell pepper. You want to make sure you get the insides out. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this in half. Only use half of it and cut it in big chunks. Alrighty, now we have half of our bell pepper cut up into big pieces. So that's how it should look. Next is the onion. You want to use a whole yellow onion. Okie dokie. So here's your onions, guys, all chopped up. Then what you gonna want to make sure you got, want to make sure you got a pot of water on low medium heat, and then we're getting ready to add our onions, bell peppers, and green onions over into the pot. Alrighty, now we have it all over into our pot. There's only one more thing to add right now, and that is 8 beef bouillons. You can even add some beef stock if you have some. Alright, there's a beef bouillons. I'm only going to use 5 because I actually have about that much beef broth left in my thing. So I'm going to add those onto the pot, then start stirring it. Alright, we want this to come to a simmer, so what we're going to do is we're going to cover it. Just let it come to a boil in about 15 minutes, and then we can cut the heat down. Alrighty, now when it comes to the eggs for this meal, you want to go by judge of the size of your family. We usually do 1 egg per bowl and just split it in half, so today we're having 6 because I'm pretty sure everybody in my household is going to want seconds. So you want to get your eggs on the boil as well. Alright, our next ingredient to add to a separate pot is spaghetti. Alrighty, now our spaghetti is in the pot. I'm going to tell you a little bit of trick when you're boiling spaghetti. If you add just a little bit of vegetable oil to your pot, your spaghetti will not stick because you're going to drain your spaghetti anyway in a spaghetti drainer to wash off the starch. Alright, we got all of our yummy stuff boiling. Now we need to add 3 more ingredients to this pot. We're going to add some Creole, some Old Bay, some garlic powder. So I usually use about 3 teaspoons for each, and I'm just going to add it over here into this pot. Alright, that's how it's looking after I've added the seasonings. We're going to give that a swirl, get it in there really good. Now we're going to cover it again. Alright, as you can see, this has came to a boil, so let's cut this off for a minute. Alright, what we're going to do, we're going to place this type of bowl in the sink first. And then we're going to place this on top of it so we can save the juice, but we're getting ready to pour that pot of onions over into here. Alright, this is how it should look, but what we're going to do is we're going to lift this up. Ooh, it's hot. Alright, you see how it lifted up and it saved our onions and stuff, but right there you still have the broth, which is going to go back into your pot. Alright, so now you have the broth back in your pot. Now what we're going to do, you're going to take your meat and you're going to add it over into the pot. There you have it. You're going to let that boil for about an hour. We're going to put our top back on it. And there we have it. Alrighty, The onions and stuff that I have left over from the broth, what I'm going to do is I poured a little bit of olive oil into a skillet. And I'm going to put these over into there until they get caramelized. Alrighty, once your eggs are done boiling, you want to go ahead and cut them in half because they're going to be 2 to a bowl. Now as you can see, our meat is still boiling. It's not done yet. Our spaghetti noodles are done, but I'm not going to put them in the strainer just yet. Alrighty, now we have our spaghetti in the strainer. What you do, you just wash it up. There you go. Now you got all the starch and that grease off of it. Ta-da! Now it's ready to serve. Can't wait for you to see my bowl. Alrighty, as you can see, our meat is all nice and tender. I think we're ready for a bowl, guys. Alrighty, first things first. You want to take a soup spoon and get you some broth over into your bowl. Ta-da! Alrighty, next you want to go and add your spaghetti to the bowl. Now we're going to put our meat on top. Now I have, excuse me, now I have my meat added. Remember those green onions we cut up earlier? I'm going to go and decorate my plate. Alrighty, now comes the fun part. Want to go add some Worcestershire sauce, some soy sauce, whatever the hell it's called. Just sprinkle some on it. And whatever type of hot sauce you have in your house, go ahead on and add some of that. And you want to take you an egg. There you go. Put it on top. Voila, you have yaki meat. Thank you for watching, everyone. I hope your family can enjoy this meal as much as me and my family do. And I did learn this recipe from an awesome friend from New Orleans. You don't have to use roast. You don't have to use steak. You can even take boneless, skinless chicken tenders and use that. Whatever type of meat of your choice that your family likes and that your belly desires. Remember to be cool, stay safe. Later.